Hello again, YouTube. Welcome back to video 3 in my 100 hours to 100K series. Today, my hour actually ran a little bit over. It ran to an hour and a half, and that's because I was tweaking and putting together that audit for my first client that I'm going to reach out to, my first prospective client. I was gathering a bunch of information about them, and I was putting it into the template that I created just a couple days ago in my second video. I'll post up a link and you can go check that out if you haven't seen it. But I was gathering all the information from their website, from their Facebook, from their Instagram, and I was putting it into a well-crafted, free audit that will give them some suggestions on where to improve their social media and their online presence, and that will hopefully give them enough value so that they will see that I'm making some good points, and then they will email me back and say, you know, we really liked what you did, you gave a lot of value, but we can't really do this ourselves. We'd like to hire you on as an expert to take care of this for us. And then, of course, I'll say, well, ho, thank you very much. You know, give me some money and I will get you increased revenue and increased clients. So the question of the day is this: why is Jack standing in front of a whiteboard? Well, today I just kind of wanted to show you a couple of graphs that I came up with as a breakdown of how I spent my hour and how I think that it's important to break up your effort when it comes to tackling a goal like this on an hour-by-hour basis, and really where I focus my energy today. Alrighty, so I don't know how well you can see this pie chart that I just drew up, but I'm going to point out the relevant sections to you about what I draw. The first tiny sliver was I spent 2 or 3 minutes planning out how my day was going to go. And I fully believe that if you're going to attack any goal of any size or try and allocate or time manage in any way, you first have to put in the couple minutes necessary to plan out what you're going to do in that time frame so that you can be the most effective and you won't just be, you know, spinning your wheels madly trying to get things done but not really moving towards a specific goal. So the first 2 or 3 minutes of my hour was just writing out a plan of what the rest of this pie chart, which was about an hour and a half today, was going to look like. Now, the second part of this pie chart, it was a little bit bigger, was I spent 10 minutes, not 10% of the time, 10 minutes researching an email script that I could use to send out to prospective clients that would be the most likely for them to open and the most likely for them to engage with and the most likely to get me the result that I want, which is a customer who wants my services. So what I tend to do is I don't tend to do all the research myself and go out and try and reinvent the wheel, because email marketing has been out for a long time and a lot of people have devoted hours, hundreds and thousands of hours, to dialing it down to an absolute science of how to get a customer to open your email, how to get a customer to read your email, how to get a customer to email you back and to request your service. So what I did, and I'm actually going to post the links in the description below, is I read 3 separate blog posts by experts at blog.hubspot, I believe, and I read 3 different expert approaches to how to write an email that will get me the result that I want, and then I took that information and I moved on to the next step of this pie chart, which was actually drafting the email. So I drafted an email that used the ideas from the research that I did, but applied it to my situation, my client's situation, and my area of expertise. And at the end of this video, I'm actually going to go into a little 2-minute description summary of what I learned about email scripting, or I actually may make a separate video. I think I'm actually going to make a separate video in 5-10 minutes right after I finish recording this one about what I learned about how to write an email script and exactly what kind of science you need to do in order to get the perfect subject line and the perfect body of the email in order to get your prospective client to open the email, read the email, and then reach out to you saying, I want your service. So after drafting the email, I got into the bulk of the day, which was creating the audit. Like I already mentioned, I spent a lot of time on that. I got a lot of screenshots of their website. I got a lot of screenshots of their Facebook. I'm actually going to be reaching out to a sushi restaurant in the town that I live in. I live in Durham. I go to Duke University. It's a college in North Carolina, and I'm going to be reaching out to this sushi restaurant that I've actually been to several times, and I checked out their social media. Their Instagram is very terrible. Their Facebook is very terrible. Sushi is a really visually appealing, and it's a very beautiful food, and they're really not marketing it in a way that viscerally gets people to see pictures of it on social media and be like, I want to go there to eat. And it would be so easy for them to create a much better online presence where people will stumble across their Facebook page and then they'll say, I want to eat at that restaurant as opposed to this other sushi restaurant or this steak restaurant. And so that's what I'm going to pitch to them. I'm going to put together this audit. I've already done 90% of the work. I just need to do a couple more things to make it look perfect and professional. And that's what I spent about 57% of my time doing today, was putting in the time to create a professional looking research and marketing plan for this sushi restaurant that I'm going to be emailing out. I'm also going to put up some pictures of how that is as of this moment before I perfect it, and that was how I spent the majority of my time. You can't get out of putting in the time to make things look perfect, because if things look sloppy, if the audit looks sloppy, they're gonna think that I'm just a 19-year-old, I'm just an amateur, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just trying to make a quick buck, I don't really have their best interest at heart for their restaurant, and I'm not going to be able to give them a return on investment. So then at the end of that, I spent 5 minutes-ish just planning out what I was going to do in this video, and that's just all part of the content creation process. Just like I spent 2-3 minutes at the beginning of my hour today planning how this day was going to look, I also spent 5-ish minutes planning how this video was going to look, because I want to give you the best organized, the most helpful content that I can. And so that is why I put in the time to plan out everything that I do like I do, so that you get the best possible result. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I put a lot of work in today. I'm really excited to see how my prospective clients start responding once I start creating these audits in batches and emailing them out. I'm going to be doing a lot of them over the next couple hours, the next couple sessions, and I'll keep you up to date on anything that I change in my email script, anything that I change in the format of the audit, as I start to get it down to a science, seeing what people like me to mention in the audit, what is most helpful to them, what is best for me in terms of getting them to respond. So stay tuned for that. And as always, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button down below, and also subscribe, comment, let me know if you have any questions, any videos that you would like to see, anything that I've mentioned that you'd like me to go into more depth about, and just help me to grow this channel and reach a lot more young and entrepreneurs, young and old, who are trying to build their social media agency and take it to the stars.